Is he going to anchor up here? There he is. So very little flexibility for either side here. It's not... There you go. Bit of distribution now.
Morton just having a look around. He knows that he's a favourite here. Not a big enough favourite to risk the cube. Now Maria suddenly looked a little worried there. Will, what is she looking worried?
Well, I mean, she probably knows that Morton's got the edge and that she could be faced with a very tricky cube, and of course they'll be very keen to get... He would hate to lose his market here in cube and only get a point for this when there's a chance of capturing Maria's checker and having in all sorts of trouble.
Okay, I think she was glancing at her clock there for a minute, Will.
Well, she's definitely... she definitely has at least a couple of minutes less than Morton, if not more, so... We'll keep an eye on that. There you go, 2.5 minutes less she's got. And only 7.5 minutes to finish the match.
Morton choosing to make the bar point rather than the 5 point. That's often a dilemma. Usually it's correct to make the 5 point, but in certain distributions it's correct to make the bar point. One of those is when you're against a sole checker.
Why is that Morton hasn't cubed this, John? Got a great chance of making a 5 prime.
He's looking at it, and there is his 5 prime.
This could be quite an easy pass for Maria.
Maria with a 2-3.
Is she going to creep with that too?
She must come to the edge of the prime.
Wow, this is strange.
No, she's just played that, and this Morton may be playing this as too good now.
Well, it's gammonish, isn't it? And I think he realises that he missed his cube, and now he just... It's almost unlosable, this game, especially now. You see, he's got the 6 prime, and it's very difficult to... things to go wrong from now.
Right, well, he's obviously playing this as too good. Too good means that basically he knows that he can cash for 1 point any time, so any percentage of the time that he's winning a gammon is like extra equity for him. Rolls his worst number, a 1-1. And Maria
Doesn't
might
really mind getting hit.
Well, I think she might well consider hitting that checker. She's looking at the bad numbers. She chooses not to.
Another interesting thing, John, is that home playing on too good does play havoc with Maria's time over there. She's lost another 40 seconds since we last mentioned it.
Yes, well spotted, Will. That's the reason. That's why he's doing this. He doesn't mind burning up a little bit of his time as long as he can get Maria to burn up some of hers. Brilliantly spotted, because...
Oh, thank you, lad.
I was Morton is such a good player. I was wondering why he was playing on earlier, and I think you've identified the reason, Will.
We'll see. She could always say, you know, I give you a point, I give up this game. He's not going to let her do that.
No.
He's got, you know, this is almost unlosable for him now.
He's playing on very few gammons to be obtained here. He could even run into trouble himself, because at a certain moment, if Maria rolls an ace, she will hit that checker on the 1, and Morton may well suddenly have some bad coming in numbers, like 1-5, for example.
Let's
maybe
get
yes.
another 6-6.
It was good if I'm on they were off.
You see what Morton's trying to do here, trying to recirculate those man. Get Concheva to crunch her board and possibly leave a block later on.
Oh. He knows he's in control here. It doesn't hurt him if he gets hit. He does get hit.
I'd love to pick up a second checker, but that's a while away yet.
Well, that's why he's playing on.
But of course his technical error was to miss his cube in the first place, John.
Well, you thought he had a cube, Will, but maybe he thought it was too good at that stage.
He'd love to be playing on for 4 points instead of 2 here.
And that's it, he's picked up the second checker, Will.
Okay.
Maria needs to anchor up. She anchors up immediately. Morton, still technically too good.
He'll have to pick up that third checker, wouldn't he? Don't get too greedy. Right, we can see that this is called There Goes the Neighbourhood. Cranchaver's board is now crunched.
I still think this is only a matter of time before Morton Home cashes 1 point here. Especially with that strong board of Maria Crancheva. And here it is. He cubes, and Maria Crancheva quite correctly passes. Okay, game number 7, Maria Crancheva leading Morton Home 6 points to 3 in this 13-point match. Morton Home, of course, with the red checkers. Maria Crancheva with the yellowy-orange checkers and the yellowy-orange hair.
And a very tasty fly shot to get the game underway. And immediately Crancheva has a nice advantage in this game, already just playing a racing game to scuttle her checkers home, but she's got hit and that evens things up considerably.
Okay, Morton leaves that checker back on the 4 point, hoping to be able to make an advanced anchor. Maria is looking at coming in and hitting. She's also looking at, unfortunately, if she comes in with a 4, she could continue running the same checker to the bar point. Certainly a play worth looking at.
Instead she's played it big.
And Morton comes in, obviously with a hit, and he will split at the back. Whilst his opponent is on the bar, the attacking potential is limited, and Maria Crancheva stays on the bar, and here comes the cube.
So much for her running game. She ain't running much now. Very difficult to take this.
And Morton Home, trailing 3-6. In my opinion, quite correctly cubes this position. And Maria Crancheva passes. The score moves on to 6-4 in Maria's favour.
Don't have so much time.
Beautiful start there for Maria.
Yeah, the best possible start, a 3-1. This is game number 8. Crancheva leading 6-4 in this 13-point match. Standard opening exchange.
Watch her try to hit this. There you go, smack. And a double smack.
Double smack. Morton needs an ace here to retain the tempo, and he brings both in with a hitting number. One of his very best shots.
This match is starting to fizz, John.
Maria Crancheva found on a 1-point board. That was a 3% parlay. And Morton Home is straight into the attack with another point in board, an outside point, and prepares to escape his back checkers. Crancheva, 3-1, plays it safety. Could consider coming in on the ace and smacking with the 3.
No cube yet.
Chooses to play it quiet. Now here, Morton has the choice between the bar point and the 5 point. The 5 point is clearly correct.
Fantastic double 2 this by Maria.
A superb double 2, in fact. And she will certainly bring 1 up and 1 down to increase her chance of making her own bar point. Morton rolls a 3-1. He's happy to see that anchor as advanced as it can be in Maria's 3-point board. He's looking around. Just looking at the clock here, Will. Morton is about 3 minutes ahead of Maria. She's burnt up 3 minutes more than Morton has.
She's got about a minute per point to win this match. That's 6 minutes left, 6 or 7 points to go. So it's definitely a time factor. She's going to start playing faster and faster, is all it means. And it means more errors and more drama.
But the match is not yet halfway through. And she's